Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out ICBM Escalation. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 30 bucks. This is the follow-up to ICBM, which both games pretty much play the same way. You're going to pick a country, and you're going to try and earn as many points as possible by pretty much blowing up everyone else up. There's different game modes here. There's standoff, conquest, blitz, campaign. Campaign are scripted scenarios. The mode I chose was Conquest because it was the longest. It was like 4 to 6 hours or something like that. And it's long. It takes a while to get through all the tech tree. But what's cool is, once you actually pick your country, you can customize it in so many different ways. You can even choose what the starting territory is going to be like. If you think North America should include, say, Alaska or something else, you can change the territories right out of the gate. You can also change what technologies are available in your playthrough and all sorts of cool things. You can choose your starting age. There's 10 ages, but I will note real quick that by default, the AI is set to hard. I don't know why that is, so do not be afraid to hit that configure button and adjust the advanced options, because I as a newcomer to this particular game, I could only imagine what hard mode would be like. It's just weird that the default is hard. On the easy mode, which is what I changed it to, the AI opponents will earn, I think it's production and their research 35% slower. I didn't see a way to change that specifically, but there are a number of different settings that you can adjust in the setup if you want to. So like I was saying, you pick a country, and I picked North America because America, and you start with some units, and you can put them down, and it's kind of, I'm going to draw some parallels here to Hearts of Iron 4. Hearts of Iron 4 is a game that I love until it frustrates the heck out of me and I don't want to play it anymore. And I say that because navigating the UI and trying to figure out how to get something done in Hearts of Iron 4 is super frustrating. Like, for the life of me, I spent like an hour trying to figure out how to get my planes to attack the enemy, or how to get my ships to undock, or like there's zones, like depending on what you're moving. If you're moving ships, they've got their own zones. The airplanes have their own way of doing things. It's so frustrating. I feel like this game is sort of like a simplistic version of that. It's got a tech tree that you're constantly putting, time into, and you can split your science and construction. There's a bar. So you can have like 60% science and 40% construction. If you don't want to build anything right now, you can just adjust the bar to your liking. Give it, I went with 100% science right from the beginning so I can unlock some cool technologies, and then I kind of shifted back to construction so I can get those things built real quick. So I was micromanaging that. And the tech tree, like I said, is fairly huge. There's 10 ages, and you're going to be spending time unlocking these things. And my first story, was kind of cool, and it was, I kind of went to war with Russia by accident. So I saw like a carrier and a destroyer and a submarine close to the coast of the U.S. So I'm like, what's going on over here? You can't be doing that. So I attacked them. I'm like, yeah, get out of my territory. You shouldn't be over here. So that triggered a war, and I sent my ships over to East Coast Russia. And I eventually took over, like I went from California coast on the US side, went over to Russia's east side, and I attacked them, and I found out the hard way that apparently ships don't do a whole lot of damage to cities. Like, I was bombarding with my destroyers and carriers and cruisers, but it wasn't doing anything. I was surprised that I didn't see the population go down. So in the meantime, while I was like waiting for me to get better things to throw at Russia, I was putting things all over the US. Like, there's radar dishes that let you see farther and detect things coming at you. There's SAM sites that you can construct, and then I was again throwing sort of research points into better tanks. Like there's tank units that you can build, and then there's no infantry, except there's like infantry in buildings. Like if you click on a building, you actually see a loadout that's in there. It's a little confusing. There is a tutorial, so don't worry. If you want to try that out, please do. But like, I'm currently 4 hours into that play session, and I've captured 2 or 3 more Russian cities. All you got to do is move your tanks over them, and there's a timer that pops up, occupation timer. You just let it run out, and you get the city. So I'm just sort of creating a foothold on the east coast of Russia, and I'm slowly moving my way west into their territory. And the other countries don't seem to be doing a whole lot. I created a truce with Central America and South America so that they wouldn't attack me. They have the only real, like, land access to me, so I'm trying to keep nice with them. But my navy is what I really concentrated on, and I have my East Coast and West Coast sort of decked out. But I love that there's so many different things going on in this game. It's just, it can be a little confusing, again, like in Hearts of Iron 4, how to get something done. Like, it took me a while to understand. I've got these strategic bombers. How do I get them on my aircraft carrier in order to get them to throw bombs at something? I can't do that. Apparently, carriers only can house certain units, and they can't handle the bombers. So I had to get an air base built in Russia so I can then start bombing Russia. It takes some doing to figure out, and the tech tree isn't all that helpful, because the tech tree will say, you can research this, but you can't use it until you research this other thing. And it doesn't really tell you where that other thing is to find it, okay? So aside from that, like I said, aside from the long playthrough that I'm doing, there's a couple of other modes you can play, and there's even this escalation mode, which you just watch the computers play. It's right on the main menu. You just click on escalation or whatever. You just watch the computers blow each other up, and you can do that if you want. So all in all, I still think $30 is a bit steep for a game like this, but it's still a lot of fun. It gives me those Hearts of Iron 4 vibes without the frustration, mostly. Well, there you go. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.